see real students doing practice tests designed to focus on the techniques you need to do your very best in an oral exam. We're going to see 11 tests with tasks drawn from a variety of different oral exams. There's also an advice section with tips to help you perform at your best. And there's also worksheets designed to focus you on the strategies and techniques you need.
Now, we'll start with your presentations. Edu, you're going to talk to us about technology.
Yes.
Please talk to us for 2 minutes if you can.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, please begin.
Well, the thing about technology is that it's a very wide theme, and it has changed our lives in the last few years. For example, the mobile phones, they have become a very important thing for us, because some people can't live without a mobile phone. They use it to communicate everywhere they are, and they need it. It's a very useful tool. Also, the computers have become very important because we can use it to communicate with every people in the world. Well, thanks to the internet, we can send a message, and at the moment other people can be reading it. For example, I would say my favorite technology is video games, probably, because I like to play it with almost always with the computer, but also on the PlayStation or whatever. I like better in the computer because I like games such as Age of Empires or Star Wars games or things like that. Also, the technology has good things and bad things. We can say that the good things about technology is that it's very useful, and you can use it everywhere. It's very comfortable for everybody, but it's also it has also bad things, because you can become a slave of technology if you use it too much. We could talk about social networks such as Facebook or Twenty. Here in Spain, Twenty is very famous, very popular, but in the world, Facebook is more popular than Twenty. These are useful because you can use it to communicate. As I said, a person could write a message and another person could read it at the moment. And that's very useful, but it's also dangerous because it's a good method of control, and because everybody could see the pictures or that information that you put in the internet, so it's also bad.
Okay, thank you, Edu. Now, Elena, it's your turn. You're going to talk to us about family and friends. Please talk to us for about 2 minutes if you can. You ready?
There are a lot of kinds of families. There are also big families and small families. Whereas having a big family is funnier, having a small family is easier to control for the parents. The good thing about having a big family is the sons will always be making jokes with their brothers and sisters, and they can be like confidence between them. And the good thing about having a small family is that parents don't have to be telling off all the time their sons, shut up and be quiet, don't do that, don't do the other thing. But the bad thing is that maybe the child will be kind of spoiled because the parents will give him everything they've got, so maybe he be kind of spoiled. My favorite family member is my sister, because even though she's older than me, she brings me everywhere, she do everything for me, and we have a good relationship. We are kind of friends. And when I was smaller, she take me to concerts or the shopping mall, and if I don't have her, I won't have been able to go, so that's a really good thing. At the family parties, we go to the same house and have a big party. We have a lot of fun. We play board games, we take pictures, we talk to each other, and you never get bored because you have your cousins, your aunts, your sister, your grandmother, and that's really good. Even though you have your family, you also need to have your friends, because you can talk with them almost of everything. You can hang out with them, you can play to video games, you can chat with them, or wherever. My best friend comes from Poland. I know her since I was 5 years old, and it's really good because we can talk almost of everything. We have the same taste of music. We like the same music. The same films, I mean. And her parents make us Polish food, so that's really good because we really enjoy it.
Okay, well thank you very much, Elena. Now, we'll start with your presentations. Carlos, you're going to talk to us about the media. Please talk to us for about 2 minutes, if you can. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, please begin.
The media is very important now in our lives. There are, for example, newspapers and magazines. Newspapers are read most by old people, and they read it in the cafes, for example. And the young people, what they do with the newspapers, they don't buy it, they get it free in the subway, for example, or they read the news in the internet because they know what is happening in the moment. And magazines, I think that most people read magazines when they are waiting, for example, in the doctor or in the dentist. And I think that the most important magazines are gossip magazines. And other part of the media is television and radio. Television is watched most by young people, and I think that they watch it more than they should. And in the nights, people watch television, for example, the series or a film. And the radio, what people listen in the radio are music programs, or maybe other people listen the radio to know the news.
Okay, what's the difference between reading the news in the newspaper and watching it on television?
I think that in newspapers they have more time to prepare the news, so you know more what has happened. And in television, you know it earlier, but you don't know what's happening exactly.
And how do you get your news?
I usually watch the television.
Thank you, Carlos. Now, Veronica, it's your turn. You're going to talk to us about travel and transport. Please talk to us for about 2 minutes if you can. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, please begin.
So, transport is a really good way to go to places, public transport, I mean. For example, if you want to go in to a place that is near to where you are, you can use subway, train, bus, car, or maybe you can go cycling. There are lots of places where you can't go cycling because it is dangerous in big cities, and there are lots of places that are not able to use bikes. For example, to go to your work, you don't have to use car, or because you can go by train, you can go by subway, you can use the bus. I would prefer to use the bus or the subway because car cause a lot of pollution. If you go to by bus, there's less contamination. For example, to long journeys, I think that the best idea is taking a plane. But if you are afraid of flying, or if you don't like planes, you can take a train or going by car, but that will take you a lot of time. And for example, you just have to take the plane when you cross an ocean or a sea.
Okay, and what do you think about transport in the future?
I think in the future, transport will be really different. For example, the cars will be less contaminating, and people will use more public transport than nowadays, and everything will be more connected by transport.
Okay, thank you very much, Veronica.
I would say my favorite technology is video games, probably, because I like.
And I think that they watch it more than they should.
I would prefer to use the bus or the subway because car cause a lot of pollution.